Hey everybody, I'm Shenae Grimes-Beech. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how I have managed to keep my mind, body, and soul balanced during pregnancy. Hormones are real, people. Almost to a surprising extent. You know, when people ask me like, how have you been? How have you been feeling? How is everything going? I'm like, pregnancy is puberty on steroids. The amount of changes that your body goes through, that your mental well-being goes through, all of the thoughts and feelings and concerns and insecurities and all that crazy stuff is just swimming around in our minds. And it never ceases to amaze me how much we can endure as women and what we power through. And more often than not, what we power through without talking about it to anybody. And that is why I created this video today, because I had a little bit of like an emotional breakdown yesterday morning, one of several that have happened throughout the span of my pregnancy. And instead of keeping that bottled up or swept under a rug and feeling ashamed or embarrassed about it, I thought I would make a video with you guys and just share it. That up and down can be really hard to go through, and it can be hard to not feel guilty for going through it. Pregnancy is amazing. Having a kid is an amazing thing. It's literally a miracle. You want to be appreciative and grateful for what you're going through, of course. With all of that said though, you know, when you feel low, you feel so guilty and you feel too embarrassed to share that with your friends. And I should be okay saying that, and I should be okay figuring out different tools that I can put into place to make it better for me. So first things first, I want to talk about keeping your mind balanced. Keeping your mind balanced during pregnancy is so important. The best tools that I have found for keeping my mind balanced during pregnancy are talking. Talking to people about what I'm feeling is difficult to do. And I've learned that when I'm having those really tough moments, the only way that I truly break through them and come out stronger is by stripping down and being vulnerable and laying it out there and crying if I need to cry, screaming if I need to scream. And I have been so fortunate to have several outlets where I can do all of that yammering and talking. One of them, first and foremost, of course, is my husband. He has been absolutely amazing, so patient, just wants to listen. He has been so strong for the both of us. And I cannot say how grateful I am. There are no words to describe how grateful I am for the support that he has been to me always, but throughout this crazy experience especially. So him first and foremost, I'm so lucky to have him. I'm so grateful to have an amazing relationship with my mom. She has been an amazing support system to me throughout my entire life and of course throughout this journey as well. But I also learned early on that, you know, talking to your husband, talking to your mom, talking to whoever, if you've got best friends that you can turn to, amazing, that's awesome. But when you're going through all of these hormones and all of these emotional mood swings and things like that, sometimes you literally look around and you're like, I don't like anybody. I don't like anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody that I know. And that's okay too. And I was feeling a little bit guilty about that, going, oh my gosh, I'm talking to my husband, talking to my mom, still not feeling better because I'm hurting their feelings along the way. Early on, I decided that the best resource for me in the situation where I wasn't comfortable talking to or wasn't getting what I needed from talking to the people closest to me, because I felt like I couldn't be completely raw and honest and vocal, was a therapist who specialized in prenatal care. So the therapist that I found was amazing. I haven't actually been to therapy ever, like regularly, and I felt like this was a good time to do that. I really wanted to make sure that I was prepared should postpartum come up down the line, and make sure that I didn't find myself in a situation where I was struggling with something very big and very real and didn't feel like I had the tools in place that I needed to nip it in the bud. She specialized in prenatal. She had 2 kids of her own. She was young. She totally got it. And I could go there and I could just say whatever I wanted. And, you know, she was completely unbiased. And it was just a great space for me to vent. Therapy's not for everybody. Absolutely. I didn't really think it was for me, but it is really calming and reassuring to know that I have that tool in place now for future should baby blues come up, postpartum depression come up, whatever the future may hold. I now have an amazing resource, an amazing tool to keep my mental health balanced. And the last people, outlet that I have had for talking is you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys have been so supportive in embracing this pregnancy journey right alongside with me. All of you mamas out there who leave me comments on Instagram, on my YouTube channel, on my blog, I am so appreciative for you because I really feel like I am not alone in doing this. I am, there with all of you guys and seeing you there for me and hoping that you feel that I'm there for you and seeing you there for each other. It makes me so happy. Everybody sugarcoats everything and tries to project this image of perfection in today's world, social media, etc., etc. And it is so vital that we start stripping that facade back, because it looks pretty in pictures and that's phenomenal and awesome and creative and wonderful. But it is leaving us all feeling very isolated, very insecure, feeling like we're not good enough, like we're not good as the next person, like our life isn't as perfect as it should be or could be or whatever. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. And I think it's important that we say these things so that we can connect with each other. Between my husband, my mom, my prenatal therapist, and you guys, I have managed to keep my mental health in check. The way that I've been keeping my soul in check is by reading a lot, educating myself, and keeping my fitness up to snuff as much as I can as my body is changing. Becoming a parent can be very intimidating, very overwhelming. Everybody asks you if you're ready. Can you be ready? I don't know. Everybody asks you if you're scared. Is it possible to not have any fear at all? No, not if you start thinking about all the endless possibilities of what could go wrong and So it's best to just avoid overthinking anything and educate yourself as best as possible. Ultimately, I'm not gonna know what works for my baby girl until I meet her. She is here in our home and we figure it out together. But I wanna be as educated as possible in different routines, different techniques, different soothing techniques, sleep techniques, all of these different things so that I can kind of have this wealth of information and knowledge that I can then pull, pick, and choose from when she's here and I see what works and what doesn't work. So that has been giving me a great sense of calm. I feel like education and knowledge is the most confidence building tools that you can have. So I've been trying to do as much of that as possible. I've also been relaxing as much as possible and trying to embrace this pregnancy and, all of the changes in my body and feeling tired, feeling out of breath, feeling like I just don't want to do anything today and enjoying that moment, because those moments will be fleeting very, very soon once she is here. To stay balanced, I've actually been doing a lot of Pure Barre, which is a barre method class. What's great about the barre method and stuff like that is like anything that requires any sort of balance, you have that bar right there to help you balance. If there is one close to you and you are an expectant mama, I highly recommend giving Pure Barre a call because they do an awesome deal for pregnant ladies out there where you can leave before the abs portion of their class and you only have to pay half price for the class. This is not a sponsored post. It's just a class that I love, and I love that they have that offer for expectant moms. Pregnancy throws your pH levels off from head to toe, literally. So one of the issues that a pH imbalance has caused for me during pregnancy is really severe dandruff. TMI, I'm sorry, but sometimes I feel like Gold member in Austin Powers. Like, it's gross. It's really embarrassing, and it makes me not want to leave the house, genuinely, because the dandruff can be so bad. So I was struggling with this because obviously when you're pregnant, there are certain shampoos you can and cannot use, etc., etc. So I was like, gosh, I need some sort of remedy to combat this severe dandruff, and I think I finally found it. I found a recipe that works. It works. It actually works. It does involve tea tree oil, so I do have to caution you guys. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you what the side effects may or may not be. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody absorbs products differently. I definitely recommend doing your own research before you try this at-home remedy that I'm going to recommend because I have been using it and I have seen no negative side effects. It works well with my pH balance, with my skin. I basically create an anti-dandruff mask for my scalp at home by just warming some coconut oil, not too hot, but to get it to its liquid form, and then just adding a few drops of tea tree oil. I want to make sure that I dilute it to even less than a 95 to 5% ratio of coconut oil to tea tree oil. You only want a couple of drops in there to a decent handful or like almost double handful of coconut oil because I want enough mixture to cover my entire scalp. Once I have that mixture combined and in its liquid form, I set it aside and start with a fine-tooth comb. Using a really fine-tooth comb, I just comb my hair right from the root of my hair outwards. This helps to exfoliate my scalp and it gets rid of all of the loose flakes that are already sitting in my hair. I then take my mixture and I apply it to my scalp, gently massage it in, and let it just sit and do its thing for about 10 minutes. Those couple of drops of tea tree oil tingle, feels like it's working, feels really nice. And then I hop in the shower using my pregnancy safe shampoo and I just shampoo that mixture out. The most important step of this entire process is once you get out of the shower, you have to blow dry your hair immediately. If you have ever heard me talk about my hair care routine, you know that I really am an advocate for letting your hair air dry. I think it keeps your hair healthy. I think it adds nice natural texture, but you do not want to let any moisture sit on your scalp when you are suffering from severe dandruff. That just lets all of the fungal and bacterial thing that is dandruff live and thrive on your scalp, and we do not want that. So you want to keep your scalp as dry as possible. So definitely blow dry your hair as soon as you get out of the shower and then just style as you want. These are just a few things that have worked for me to keep my mind, body, and soul balanced throughout pregnancy. Obviously, everybody is different. So again, take these tips and tricks, use them at your own discretion, throw away the things that don't work for you, but hopefully a couple of them do work for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all of your support on my pregnancy journey. If you liked the video, definitely please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below letting me know what's working for you to stay balanced mind, body, and soul throughout pregnancy and post-pregnancy, just in life in general. I think everyone down below would definitely appreciate those comments. All right, I will see you in the next one.